Hey guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video we're going to be installing the Type R wing on my car. So we're going to go to a space age and get some body filling equipment. We're going to get some sandpaper, that sand brick stuff, and some masking tape. So yeah, we'll get going. See you guys later. Alright guys, so this is basically what we're going to be using to sound down the paint to the metal. Just add all different types of sandpaper once the Bondo dries, so we can sand it down and get it nice and level. Got some little squeegees to apply the Bondo with a hardener. The brick for the end finish to get it nice and smooth. There's that. Some double-sided tape, so when we mock up the spoiler, instead of just the two little or the 4 bolts it has, we'll do double-sided tape also and put out the bottom just to give it a little bit of extra support. And some masking tape so we can mask around the car so we don't get any Bondo on where we don't want it to get. So one important thing I forgot to get that I ran to the store right now is a clay kit. It's pretty much to smooth out the paint, so when you apply the wrap. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you guys, I'm also going to wrap it. So, I'll show you guys over here. I'm going to wrap the trunk, the roof, and maybe the not the carbon fiber, the hood, if we have enough material. So this is like a carbon fiber kind of wrap. Yeah, we're gonna be wrapping the trunk in this just because when we do put the filler on top, we can't just leave it like that. It's either respray it or wrap it. So I don't want to respray it just yet, so I'm going to wrap it, this entire piece. Obviously this will be gone, the ductwork spoiler. We're gonna have to debadge it, take off the brake light and all that stuff, but yeah, we're gonna wrap the trunk and the roof, and if you have material we'll get the hood too. So yeah, back to where I was before, the clay kit, and here's the actual Bondo with hardening. Alright, so we're going to start off by removing this right here, which is has a few clips on around. It has like 4 clips here, a Phillips screw right here, same on this side here, and then some more. I believe you have more Phillips right here, and I think that's it. That's all right then. So I'm gonna get going, start taking this thing apart, and get this ductless spoiler out. So let's do it. Okay, so we got the spoiler off. So basically what our plan is, we're gonna put some masking tape down here on each hole from the inside, so that way when we apply our Bondo, it won't seep through like these holes and fall into the car. And also obviously we're gonna give this whole trunk a wash and a clay bar, so when we apply the wrap it's nice and smooth. Take out the spoilers, pretty easy. These were a size 8 millimeter. I took that out with the socket. And these clipping points here, you can see it's kind of like a little arrow. Basically what you gotta do to take them out is you gotta pinch them with a tool, or I'd use that trim remover, and it pinches it and then you pull up and it slides off. So yeah, pretty easy. So what I'm gonna start doing now is cleaning this part up, start debadging it, get everything nice and clean. And also, just for a little heads up for you guys, for you pro body shop workers or with experience, I actually never done any kind of Bondo or any kind of a body work, but you know, I figured you gotta start somewhere. So we'll get this cleaned up, we'll start sanding it down, okay. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, so this is what we got done so far. Clay bar at the top, and I started debadging the rear. I've been using some emblem remover. They have an AutoZone. Still not done. One of my buddies called me up to go eat, so I'm gonna take a little break, go get some lunch, and we'll come back and hit it again. Alright, so this is our lunch right here, some ramen. Shit's bomb. You know what they call this in my culture? What? Maruchan. Maruchan? Yeah. Okay, we're at the JDM store right here right now. The homies. JDM store. It's just like a little Japanese market with a bunch of little like snacks and stuff. It's pretty cool. I got a bunch of candy. I'm gonna get some soda too. Look at that. That's cool. Alright. Keep walking around. Alright guys, we'll show you what we got here. We got some gummy candies with I actually have no idea what this is, but it looks cool. So there's that. Puffy sticks, one of the most popular candies, Japanese candies, different flavor. And we got some chocolate bars, Maiji, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, don't make fun of me. And we got some grape or peach flavored soda. So hell yeah. I'm gonna get back to work pretty soon, so I'll just, you know, I was down the street from the store, so like fuck it, might as well, you know, come here, show you guys. Cool little store. If you're here in Tempe, you're in the Phoenix area, if you're like kind of curious on like what the place is called, it's called Japanese Market Bakery right here on University and right off of Priest. But yeah, if you guys like these snacks or you haven't tried them, you want to like try them, I really recommend coming here. It's like pretty cool. A lot of Japanese people inside too, so it's like you can kind of tell it's kind of like authentic stuff. So hell yeah. Well, I'll see you guys at my house. Alright guys, after a really long break, we're gonna get back at it. So actually I just got back from Walmart, where I actually bought these fiberglass adhesive patches. So instead of tape, I'm gonna be using these little body patches on the bottom of the bolts. That way the Bondo doesn't seep through the cracks. So we got these patches here. I already clay barred the top. This is clay barred, so we just gotta clay bar this piece right here so we can get the wrap on, and then we'll start masking this off right here. Probably mask where the ductwork spoiler is, and then we'll start applying the Bondo. Or actually, we gotta sand this first. So sand it, and then we're gonna apply the Bondo, and then let it dry and start sanding that, and try to get it nice and flat, as flush as possible. Once that's done, we'll do a little wipe down, make sure everything's clean, and start applying the wrap. And once we got the wrap on and secured, we'll mock up the Type R wing and see where it aligns, because I'm not sure these have the little sections where the spoiler would go, because I know on some of the models they have a little piece where there's actually like a little spot where you can drill the holes. It's already kind of like marked, but not on this one. So we're gonna have to mock it up and kind of eyeball it and try to get it as straight as possible. Oh yeah, let's get started. Oh yeah, if you guys like sweet drinks, this shit right here, I guess how you pronounce that, Ramune peach flavored drink, it's really good. Recommend it, definitely recommend it. It's really good. Alright, now let's get started. Alright, so we got our first little layer of sand finished. We did it with the 30 grit just to help us get it down to the metal. So you can see here we're starting to see some. So before I get too deep, I'm going to switch over to a higher grit, and we're just trying to get it nice and even all the way through. So yeah, I'll keep going. Alrighty, we got it sanded down with 800 grit sandpaper. Everything's nice and smooth. So now I'm gonna take off this tape and reapply it for the Bondo, because there's little nips here and there. So yeah, we'll take off this tape, reapply it, and then we're gonna put the fiberglass patches right here on the bottom. That way the material doesn't seep through. And yeah, we'll keep going. Alright guys, so we got the patching done right here, where the Bondo's gonna would have gone through. So they're all patched up there. We sanded it down. We actually removed the brake light here just to make it easier to access. I should have actually done this sooner. Would have made things a lot easier. So everything's nice and patched up. There you go. As you can see, looks like this one's getting a little bit loose. I'm just gonna make sure they're all nice and tight, and then finish taping it. And then I'm gonna go to the store to get some primer, because we're most likely just gonna prime this right here and just fill these little holes. So we're gonna get some primer, and then once we get a primer, sand it down, get it nice and clean, get some, probably with some like alcohol, get it nice and clean, clay bar the whole trunk again, and apply the wrap. So yeah, I'm gonna get started. Alright, gotta turn this down before I get freaking copyright strike. Alright, so we got the Bondo on here now, nice and dry. As you can see, the bottle didn't fall through, so that's good. It's nice and dry now. We're gonna start sanding it down with some, I'll start with some 80 grit and work my way up. And then once everything's nice and flush, I'm going to get it with a higher grit, like maybe 800. Get the whole thing nice and flat, and then we're gonna get some primer, and we're gonna primer it, get a nice thick coat on here, let it dry up, and then sand it with some high grit sandpaper, and she'll be ready to get wrapped. So let's see if you can't really see from the inside. Let me grab my phone. Yeah, by all means, this is not a tutorial video, just a noob with a budget trying to do shit. So there's the Bondo that went through, but it didn't push the little film thing back, the little honeycomb. So it did the job pretty good. Once I sand it down and everything, I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit longer before I cut it out or break it out. So yeah, good shit. I know I haven't been recording too much just because it's just pretty boring, you know, but I'll record. Alright, just a little update here. As you can see, these are little patch marks. It feels nice and flat and flush. Got this sanded down, got this one sanded down too. Nice and flat. I'm using this brick right here. I'm not sure what grit it is, but I grabbed some 80 grit and I kind of just placed it right here on top like this. Whoops, that's the opposite way, like that. And then I'm standing like this. That way it has a flat surface and it can like stay nice and flat, because if you sand it like this, you could you can kind of make it like concave downwards like this because of your finger. So definitely recommend getting like a flat surface, so that way when we sand, it's all one level. So yeah, coming out pretty good. Just about done here. Yeah, I'll keep. Alrighty, we got it nice and sanded down, nice and evenly all the way through. You can see the patches look pretty good, look pretty clean. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna re-tape this right here and tape a little bit more on this side, since we are gonna put some primer here. So I'm gonna tape a little bit more and we're gonna primer it and we're gonna start sanding it down. Alrighty. Alright, so we got our second coat of primer on. We're going to let it sit for a while, let it dry up so we can put our third layer. And let it dry, and then we're going to sand it. And then we can take off the tape and clean up the whole trunk area. And probably touch it up with the clay bar one more time. And then we can put the wrap on, and yeah, go from there. So I'll see you guys once it's dried and it's sanded. So see you guys in a bit. Alright, so we finally got the primer sand down. Feels nice and smooth all the way through. Looks good. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna clean this up again. Hit all this with some clay bar. Looks a little bit of overspray from the primer. So we're gonna clean all this area up, or we're gonna lay down the wrap. Hey, Happy. We're gonna clean this area up, or we're gonna put the wrap on, or we're gonna rest it. So yeah, I'll get started. All right, so we got the wrap mocked up. Open this side right here. Stuck here, so we're gonna pull the little film right here down, and we're gonna stick it the best we can. And keep in mind, I never done this kind of stuff, so if I screw up, don't make fun of me. I'm gonna do my best. And yeah, let's do it. Alright, so the first try was a failure. You see, the wrap didn't come off right here, and I screwed up by taking it all off at once. So we're gonna give it another shot. Alrighty, so it's in the morning, and as you can see, the whole wrap thingy did not go well. Looks like shit. I'm just gonna say, I just wasn't, maybe I need a little bit more practice before trying it on myself. But the video I saw, the guy, he did it on the door, so like it's up, looks like a little bit more simpler at least, besides this door handle piece. But yeah, took a massive L, made an F. Pay your respects. So I'm gonna take it off, and I'll see what I do. I might give it another go. I actually kind of half-assed it a little bit because it was getting late and I was getting a little bit tired, but I'll see if I try it out again, or I might just take it to a vinyl shop and have them do the hatch, the roof, and the hood for me, but we'll see. I am gonna say this, I kind of impressed myself on the Bondo and the primer thing. That actually came out really, really well. You can see here, everything's nice and flat for the most part. You can barely, if you kind of turn at a certain angle, you can actually see the little, there you go, you can see a little line right here, but it's not too bad. You gotta actually really look at it and like search for it to see it. In certain angles you can see it really good, and but overall not really disappointed. Kind of more of a learning experience than anything else. I did get a little bit of overspray from the primer, which I thought I actually maxed up the car pretty well, but there's still, that's pretty bad. You can just kind of scratch it off though. I got the clay bar, I can take it off with that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. And the next video is probably going to be me installing the header. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Alright, so the video you saw, I had a Type R wing, actually a Type R rep wing that I was going to install. But just around that same time, I also found a A-spec spoiler for sale. That's already paint matched to my car, so as you can see, I went ahead and just bought that. And I haven't painted the little line either, but it doesn't really bug me too much. Can't really tell unless you're really looking at it how much like a shadow. So yeah, everything's, you can probably see here. So here are the bolts here, the washers, So there is actually actual points actually where you could see where the spoiler would be mounted onto. And we got some double-sided tape on there too. Everything's nice on and everything's nicely put to place. No shakiness or rattleness. It's nice and put. And yeah, so that's pretty much it to close out this video, guys. Really appreciate you guys watching. And we'll see you in the next. Peace.